Hello everyone, welcome. Welcome back to another video. I apologize. Let me just say that real quick. I apologize for not making a video in such a long time. Things happened in my life, a lot of things, and due to those things, I won't get into all that mess, it slowed me down for making videos. And yes, I know, it's been now 4 months, and probably gonna now be 5 months. And so here we are now, we're finally doing a video. So I decided for this video to be, one, very special to me, but two, that I've been desperately wanting to talk about for a long time now, since, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I very much wear a lot of merch from this show. I talk about it a lot on my social media platforms, so if you don't follow me on those, you probably won't know, but I haven't made like content on this show yet, and I'm like, it's about time, you know. And I really sat down, really thought this one through, and I hope it all makes sense when I make, like, obviously when I post this video. So I'm hoping this all makes sense to you guys, and if not, that's fine. I had interruptions, I apologize. So yeah, so that's what, I don't know where I was at. Oh, I was talking about the, okay. So yeah, so this is one franchise I've been wanting to cover on my channel for a very long time, and here we are now, finally. And I'm going to be talking specifically about this particular team from this show, and that is a wonderful show that I am so passionate about, always, will forever be my #1 show, RWBY. And before anyone that doesn't know what RWBY is, I will briefly put like a little insert here to, like, just real quick, if, for those who don't know what RWBY is, I will just put a little insert here to explain it, just for those who are new to the channel and let's say they aren't familiar with RWBY. So yeah, okay, just for those who are new to RWBY, I just wanted to put a quick little insert in here, just what RWBY is about. So this is just like a little brief little synopsis of what this show is about. So it's about, in the supernatural universe of Remnant, 4 strong girls are trained to become huntresses, which are humanity's only hope of defeating the shadowy and threatening creatures known as Grimm. So Remnant is like a world that, basically how Earth is, but it's their own little world, and so they call it Remnant. And the 4 strong girls are Ruby, Yang, Blake, and Weiss. And the Grimm are just like these monsters that are different types of animals, but they are always black and white. So yeah, so there's that. It's been a long time, so I'm sorry if I seem a little all over the place. I apologize. I'm telling you, it's been a long time since I've gone in front of the camera, so it's gonna take me some time. So yeah. Before we do, I'm just going to do my little intro as always, because I can't forget, because I know I will. So hello everyone, if you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Bianca, aka FantasyEnthusiast. I make content based on fantasy stuff and just very much anything I enjoy that brings communities together. So, with all that said, we will finally start. So this video is going to be about Team STRQ. And I particularly named it this because we really don't know anything about this team. Like, I am not kidding. We only know bits and pieces about this, like, particular team. So we don't really know anything about them besides the things we have gotten so far in the show, but we're basically, you know, still in the, like, what's the word I'm looking for? We still don't know anything, basically. So, yeah, so this is gonna be titled The Mysteries of Team STRQ. Okay, and just before I get into all this is all just assumptions and theories. I'm saying it as a whole, it's just theories. So, like, yeah, so this is just my theories and some theories that also people came up with in the fandom that I decided to also think more about too, and kind of made it my own thing, like my little twist to it. And so if you guys have anything to add on to these series, like let me know down in the comments what you think and what you would add to the theory, or just anything you believe that of this team that you would like to add on to this little list I came up with for the mysteries of Team Stark. So, okay, let me just put this out here right now. I am such a big fan when it comes to this team. Like, this team, I started to love so much more now over the years of watching this show. And now, ever since being so more into, like, this team, I'm just like, this is one of my favorite teams from this show. Like, one of my favorites. So, I'm just going to put that out there right now.
I get very passionate when I talk about Team Stark, so I'm going to get very excited when talking about this, so I'm just putting it out there right now.
But yeah, so we're going to get into it now. Finally. So, first theory I have on the list, alright? Because how this works is that I'm just going to say some of these theories. I'm going to go each section of the theories I have here, and it's just going to be me reading off the bullet points and adding on my thoughts of why I put this as a whole. So, this theory is called Qrow having a crush on Summer. Okay? So, this one, okay, I love the ship. I believe their ship is Rosebird. I'm a big fan of this ship. I love this ship. I think it's just cute, and I don't know, I just really see this, and you guys will see why. You guys will see why. So, the first thing I have here is that he literally told RWBY once, in volume 7, that he likes brats after saying she was a bit of a brat. So, he literally referred to Summer as a brat.
She was always the best of us. Bit of a brat, though. But hey, I like brats.
Who just calls someone a brat?
Like, obviously, they could be close. They could be very much close, obviously, and just call each other, like, little nicknames. But I'm just like, listen, okay, as someone who likes this ship,
it ships them to the core, alright?
I love them. And I just perceive that more in a romantic sense. Like, he likes her. And I'll get into that. Okay, I'm gonna get into that. I believe that he had a crush on her back then. And as I was just saying,
Baby still does.
when she was alive, but it was unrequited as she was in love with Ty. Okay, because I personally don't think Summer liked him in a romantic sense. I think she just saw him as someone she can rely on, a really good friend, like someone that she can trust. But I don't personally see it though, like for Qrow that way. I see it more that he actually liked her. Like, this man actually liked her, but he was like obviously on the sidelines because, you know, she clearly was in love with Ty, and so, you know, he was there probably looking from far away and seeing them always together, happy, you know, going you know, and that, and he's just in his little corner just being all sad and like, oh, I like her, like I was gonna give her this flower, I was gonna give her this rose. I was gonna give her this rose, and she ended up going with this other guy that's part of my team. And that's what makes it even crazier. So, yeah, so there's that. And so, as I was just saying, Summer views Qrow to be one of the most important people in her life, but not in a romantic way, like I just said. That's what I have here. But yeah, so, so, as we all know, because after all, they were part of the same team. They were part of the same team. They, obviously clearly have a bond. There's definitely something very strong with their relationship, but we don't know if that was, like, for Qrow, he saw it as, you know, obviously romantic. He viewed her in that light, versus with Summer, she didn't see it probably that way, and this is why this is a theory, so. But I put here that, as we all know, she sadly died in the show. It was revealed at the very beginning of the show. Her death left a huge impact on him, resulting in him becoming an alcoholic. So, as we all know, Qrow did suffer with, you know, being an alcoholic in the very beginning. So, yeah, so Qrow, Qrow became an alcoholic due to possibly her death. Or I have something later on, maybe there can be more to this, why he decided to become an alcoholic. There might be more to it, but from what I'm saying for this theory though, so far, I think he ended up doing, you know, becoming an alcoholic and all that due to Summer dying. Because like I said, she is someone that is very important to him. And again,
I don't know if that was romantic, but I see it romantic.
And also just because in general, he really cares about her. He cares about his team, and since she meant the world to him, he's like, my most, like, you know, one of the best people to ever exist in the whole entire world died, you know, and that's why it broke him to pieces, and he ended up doing alcohol and getting addicted to it. So that's what I think. Feel free to let me know. And also, from my perspective, it seems that he blames himself for Summer's death, as he could have been there to protect her and instead be the one to have taken the fall. So I put this because I feel like Qrow is definitely someone who would very much say this and very much feel this way about Summer's death, because knowing how he is, as we all know, his semblance is bad luck. There's literally a song from Volume 4 called Bad Luck Charm. And it's his song, and basically he's just literally, in the whole entire song, he's just like, because the song's about him, that he's bad luck, he's gonna bring, you know, pain and misery to your life, because that's what his semblance does. And if you don't know what a semblances basically are your superpower. So if you, let's say, have a semblance that can make you really fast, you're really fast. Alright, like you can magically do that. But for him, his semblance is that he, well, as we all think so far, but there's some people, okay, I'm just gonna say this. There's some people who believe that Qrow's semblance could evolve, and possibly he misunderstood what his semblance really is, and it's not what he actually thinks it is. So there's like some people who think this way, but I personally don't know. I mean, I can see why they're saying that, but I don't know if that's really true. Like, I would really want to see if that is the case, like in the show, if they do make that happen, because it would be nice, because seriously, Qrow literally blames himself for everything because of his semblance, and it's freaking sad. And I'm just like, my man deserves better. Like, he shouldn't be like this, you know? Like, his semblance is just making it worse for him. Like, this man already suffers with depression and all this other issues mentally, and gotta add on his semblance.
Yeah, you got bad luck. Like, come on.
Let's be nice to him. So, yeah, so there's that. And yeah, so I just feel like with Summer, her death, I feel like he blames himself, because he feels like, I could have been there to protect her, and since I wasn't, she ended up taking the fall, and said it should have been me, because, you know, he very much doesn't care enough for his life, and possibly was still even then depressed, who knows, because again, we don't know anything about them as much as we wish we knew. And obviously, out of all the four, we know him the most because we've seen Qrow the most, but like, even for him, there's still some things we don't know about him. So anyway, but yeah, so there's that. And so I feel like he blames himself for Summer's death as well. Like, he definitely feels like he could have done something to prevent that from happening. But yeah, and then lastly, I have this one other bullet, that's the last thing I have on here. After finding out the truth about Osmond, not only upset him in that moment, but about himself, but he also thought of Summer and how her life was taken because of him. So that him, I'm referring to Osmond, by the way, if that didn't make sense. Yeah, so I personally believe that in that moment in Volume 6, when Osmond revealed everything about himself and literally basically lying to everyone about who he was and, you know, the purpose of this, all this stuff that he did with them and all that. And Qrow, as someone who literally been knowing Osmond for his whole life, like Qrow's whole life, he literally saw him grow up and everything. And he lied to him. So imagine how that feels for Qrow. Like, not only you lied to him about, like, you know, the things you would say to him and all that, and you made him feel like he could be amazing, and, you know, even after all this had happened to him, and now look, you lie to him, and obviously he's gonna feel terrible for that reason. But I also believe in that moment, he also felt so upset and just furious because Summer risked her life because of him. And I don't know if he's aware that Salem was the one that took her life. I'm pretty sure he did, like, obviously realize that over time. It applies that, but I don't know if that's really the case, if he does know that Salem was the one that killed her. But I'm pretty sure he knows. It's very obvious, so I hope he does know that. But yeah, and so because of Osmond, like, I feel like that's also in that moment he was so angry and he literally punched him because he, like, oh my god, like, you not only ruined my life, you ruined one of the most important people in my life's life as well. She literally had to take the fall because of you. Like,
Imagine that. Imagine that.
the camera's dying right now, so whatever happens. Okay. So yeah, there's that theory. We'll move on now. Let me know if you guys if you guys have anything else to add onto that theory I just said, or just what I already mentioned and you want to add a little more to what I said, feel free. Again, it's all open to you guys. So next theory I have on here is Ty's past with Raven. Okay, this one actually gets me mad because, okay, recently, watching the show, I started to not like Ty, okay? I feel like because of the things I've been seeing with the fandom about Ty's character, and also just in general, how I perceive him now, because I'm like, like, as someone who really likes to analyze things a lot, yeah, I don't know, there's something about him that gives me the ick. I'll get to why I say that, okay? There's a reason. If there's any Ty lovers in the comments, please don't attack me. We're friends, okay? You can like Ty. I'm not saying you can't like him, but for me personally,
I don't.
and I hope you respect that. So, you know, like, there's something, and I'll explain why right now, okay? I'll explain why. So the first thing I have on here is that I don't think Ty is great with women. Okay, I'm gonna get into this more why I say this, but the reason why I say this for the first bullet point, and as a general statement of why I think he's not good with women, is that, like, in Volume 4, they imply that this man would be all over the place when it came to women. He would be all over them, you know, be like, hey, you know, flirting, like, which is okay, it's fine, but, like, this man, like, he give off the type that he would just, you know, play around, not take them seriously. Yeah, so Ty, this man is terrible. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, just for the assumptions I have. This man, he is so interesting as a character because this guy, makes him sound like he's a player. Like, the way they, like Port, and Ooblik, like, the way they were talking about him, like, in his days, like, you know, is going around, like, even Qrow obviously did too, like, he also would, you know, flirt with girls as well, and all of that, but I feel like with Ty, like, this man, there's something about him that I feel like he's not even Qrow would do, you know, because I feel like with Qrow, like, the things we've seen with how he is with women and all that, he's very respectful, like, yeah, he'll flirt with them, but he's not gonna, you know, put them to the side and just let them be there. Like, he's not like that. He's respectful. And I don't know, with Ty, he just gives me the vibe that he's not. And, like, I know some people would see it the opposite given from how he is, from what we've seen, but there's just something about him that there's some secrets. There's some secrets here going on. I don't know. Because, again, we don't know much about him. Only the things we have seen about him, the little bits of things we've seen about him, that's all we have. We don't really know how he really is. In, like, those days, you know, when they were younger and all that. So, we don't really know how he really is like, you know? And obviously, sure, like, maybe he put that behind him and now he's a better person, like, in the show, you know? But you never know, because there's some people that just don't change. I'm throwing him under the bus. I sound like a hater. I am. Okay, I'm gonna explain why. Because this is just like a little thing that could be still like, okay, you're seeing it a little too much there. Like, this is more like just a thing that's just personally how I feel. This is just not really from what we know. Like, this is just assumptions at the end of the day, but this one specifically is like, okay, that's like doing it too much. All right, give him a little, you know, give him some. This one thing will let him slide, okay? Because this is something that I'm like, okay, I might be taking it too far for this one. But let me know if you guys feel that way too, though. Okay, for the second one, now we're gonna get into the whole Raven thing. So this is where I get more to, because that's why I put this on here, the first one, because we're gonna get into now Raven, okay? Raven seems to be on bad terms with Tai, as when Yang brought him up back in Volume 5, she said his name in a very distasteful way. Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember, I'll make sure to put some clips for these videos whenever I reference anything.
But Dad told me how your semblance works. Tai.
Raven doesn't seem to like Tai. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know why she doesn't like Tai. There's definitely a reason, but we don't know, because again, we don't know anything, what happened. But here's my assumption as to why. But basically, I feel like Tai very much disrespected Raven. Okay, he didn't treat her the way she wanted him to treat her, and she just felt like the whole entire time, like, you know, he wasn't giving her enough, you know, of her time and all of that. He wasn't doing his part to be, you know, a good man towards her. And so because of that, she's like, I'm done. I'm tired of being disrespected. I'm gonna go. And I will get into this, okay? Because obviously with Yang not liking Raven, that is so valid. Very valid. Because this woman literally just walked out of her life and never came back until she was much older. And that's messed up. You know, like, who freaking does that? And so, and that's literally your daughter. Like, why would you do that? And so, obviously, she has every right to feel that way with how she views Raven. But that, like, there's most definitely a reason why she left. Obviously doesn't excuse her behavior for being a terrible mom towards Yang. But I feel like there was a good reason why she left. And I'll get into more of that in a moment. But basically, I feel like, yeah, Tai, like, he was maybe rude and disrespectful to her in the past, and that's what made her leave, and she's like, I'm out of here. Like, he made her so upset that she left. And that's what I'm saying, this man might be terrible. Like, I don't know, like, the vibes I get from Tai, this guy just seems like the type, because I don't know if you guys remember this, but like, I should just say it already with the bullet points. It's already coming up. So, I don't know if I can trust Tai, as he could also possibly be in the wrong when it comes to his and Raven's relationship back then. Because I say this, due to, like, I don't know if you remember, you guys, I don't know if you guys remember, back in Volume 4, I'll insert the clip again, as always, that he literally says that, you know, she was troubled, complicated, but she fought for what she believed in and all of that. Like, something along those lines.
Your mother was a complicated woman. Like everybody, she had her faults, but those faults are what tore our team apart. And they did a real number on our family.
And, you know, but then he started saying all this, like, all these things about her that were great too, and that's why I'm like, okay, so you do seem to care about her, but obviously it's not going to be in that same romantic sense anymore, because obviously things didn't go his way with her, and the same thing for her as well. So the reason why I say I don't know if I can trust Tai is because, as someone who's a woman, and this is a man talking about a woman, I'm not trying to be this person, but I'm just like, I'm not saying that Raven wasn't in the wrong either in the situation. She possibly can be too. Like, this most definitely could be the case as well. But I feel like Ty also had some wrong in this as well. Okay? Like, this man was probably the reason why she left. Like, he makes it sound like she was the one only in the wrong. When I'm like, I don't know, Ty, I don't know if I can trust you, because after all, you're a man. You wear cargo shorts. You wear cargo shorts, and you're saying that? Okay. No offense to people who wear cargo shorts, okay? But, like, he can't be talking when he has that fit. I'm sorry, his outfit, as someone who majors in fashion design, his outfit makes me so mad, okay? But yeah, so I don't know if I can trust him, alright? Again, I know I might sound like a hater, but this is just what I think, alright? And lastly, what I have here, yeah, just overall what I'm talking about. So, as I said here, it says, Ty possibly disrespected Raven, which led her to leaving him, as I personally don't think Raven left for no reason, given for what we did get out of her so far. Yeah, because we see that she does express her emotions. She does seem to care about Yang, but she just has a hard time with expressing it because of something that's preventing her from doing so. And I feel like this, I'm going to get into a section in this in a moment. Not yet exactly, but it'll be after this other section. So I won't talk about it right now. But I do have something regarding like Qrow and Raven's parents. I have that as its own section because I started thinking about this and I'm like, this might connect the dots to why they are the way they are. So I have a section on that too. So I'll get into more of that in a moment. But that's the theory for that. Ty's past with Raven. Again, feel free to let me know what you think and your thoughts and if you have anything else to add on to it. Okay, so I have this next theory. It's called Raven transporting to Ty. So I don't know if you guys remember, but back in Volume 5, we saw Raven transport to Ty. So I have some theories on that because we didn't ever see what happened after that. So I have some theories, well, some thoughts, but this is a whole theory. I have some thoughts on what that could have been. So obviously they did not do, they did not make up or anything. But I'm just gonna throw that out there. Definitely did not make up. Because these two would definitely not. I'm sorry. They just won't happen ever again. It's the truth. I don't see them. Like, I see that and I'm like I forget that these two were a thing. And I'm like,
they are so different. I cannot see that.
I can't. So, and she's just like too iconic for him. Like, I sound like a hater. Okay. So let me just get into this instead of dragging this man. So my first bullet point I have on here, well, it's my second bullet point actually. Obviously she didn't go back to him for comfort because that's definitely not what happened. It doesn't make sense in my opinion for her to go to him for that reason, but rather to talk about their daughter. So again, like I just said already, I don't think she views him in a romantic way anymore. This like Raven, she's fed up with Ty. I don't think she likes him because, like I said, the way she said Ty's name in Volume 5, she's like, Ty, like, she don't like him. She do not like him. All right, like she does not like him. So, if anything, she most definitely went to teleport to Ty for that reason because she's concerned about their daughter, and so. I'm going to get into why I'm saying this. She most definitely went to him to confront him about the safety of their daughter, as Yang told her she is going to confront Salem, which worried her. Because, I don't know if you guys remember, when she confronted Raven, Yang, she was like, literally telling him, like, I'm going to go fight Salem. And I don't care what you say or what you, like, whatever your feelings are going to be for this, what I'm telling you right now, I'm going to go do what I need to do because that's my job and I care about humanity and just the sake of this whole entire world in general. And I'm going to do what I can to save people. And I don't care what you got to say because you've been terrible to me and I don't care anymore. Even though, of course, she does, but she said, like, in that way, in that moment, she was expressing it like she doesn't care, but she does. And so obviously that worried Raven because we saw she cried and she literally said, I'm sorry to her at the end. And so that's what I'm saying, like, she is worried, and that's why she teleported to Ty to confront him. Like, your daughter is literally gonna go defeat Salem. I have this in another section, but I'll just say it right now that Raven literally, as we saw in the recent volume, volume 9, she literally went on the last mission with Summer. She knows how powerful Salem is.
Better than I was. If I do this right, there's nothing to worry about. Trust me. Let's get it over with, I guess.
And so that's why she's worried. She's like, oh hell no, I'm not letting my daughter sacrifice herself to that woman. Like, we need to do something. We need to help her. And so, like, that's why she went to Ty to tell him, like, I'm concerned about her daughter. Like, she's gonna try, literally, like, from trying to defeat her, you know? And so, this is what I have here as well. It's basically what I'm saying. Raven possibly confronted him because she feels that Yang will only listen to him than compared to her, obviously. And felt that he should know about this as that is also his daughter after all. Yeah, because she feels that, like, obviously given from what we've seen and how she, you know, was not a great mother towards Yang, she's like, yeah, definitely she'll listen to you because she hates me. So she'll listen to anything you say. Even though I kind of think Yang right now is kind of doubting how she feels about her dad too. But that's a whole other thing for another time to talk about, okay? But there's that. I know that one was kind of short, but I want to keep it brief because the camera's dying too. So I'm just letting it run for however much it could. So there's that theory. Oh, we're almost kind of already getting to the end of this. So again, let me know if you want to add anything to that one. So the next one I have on here is now what I was talking about before. Okay, so the camera died on me, and so I had to charge it for a bit so I could finish this video. So hopefully there won't be any more interruptions after that. So we're gonna finish this. So I was going on to the next theory where I left off. And so this theory is now on the Qrow and Raven's parents theory. So I mentioned this earlier in the video, but I'm now finally going to do the section right now. So, Qrow and Raven don't talk about their parents, and I feel that it has to do with the way their parents treated them. This is just an assumption, okay? We know nothing about their parents. Nothing. So, I don't know. That they were possibly, I'm going to have to bleep that word, parents. And I feel because just given from the way they are, I just feel like they weren't great to them, and that's probably why Qrow turned out to be the way he is, and could be this is what I was going to go to. This could be another reason why he started being an alcoholic, because he was trying to cope with the way they were being to him and all that. And so that was like his way of coping, even though of course it's not great. It's a bad addiction. And then with Raven, that's probably why also, especially with her, why she became the way she is when it comes to her as a mom. Because she's like, I don't know if I'm gonna do something like what my parents treated me and how they raised me and all, even though again, it's not okay because she should not have left Yang. But this definitely could be one of the reasons that why she left is because she felt that she would become like her parents and do the same thing to Yang, and that's why she left. So it could possibly be that. So I said here, given from the trauma that was put on both Raven and Qrow. This could have also been one of Qrow's reasoning for becoming an alcoholic, and for Raven leaving Yang and Tai, as she felt that she would be a terrible partner and mother. So, as I just said, and adding on to the whole thing with Tai too, could possibly be the case, but again, all just assumptions. Their parents were given that they were part of a tribe that was known for people, so they probably were targeted. Because obviously, let's say for example with the mafia, like if you work in the mafia, you're gonna get targeted, and so that's what that works with their tribe. Like their tribe was known for, like, you know, people and all that, and so that's definitely possibly the case. What happened to their parents? Again, who knows? I put here another possible theory was that their parents could potentially be alive and just decide to neglect them. And they were like, yeah, we don't care about you anymore. And they're very much, you know, alive and chilling or whatever, you know, doing their thing. So that could be another possibility. But I feel like the other one makes more sense, like, of them getting killed. And that's why obviously we don't see them. And obviously Raven and Qrow don't talk about them because of the way they were towards them. But like I said, this is all just assumptions because we literally know nothing about their parents besides them being raised in a tribe, Qrow and Raven. So yeah, so that one's a little shorter than the last one, especially, but that was just a little brief one because I didn't know what else to add on to this theory. So again, if you have anything else to add on to that, feel free. And this one's even shorter. So this one's on Summer's last mission. Okay, so this one, for some reason, I was having trouble coming up with things. I honestly wanted to make this more more than what I put on here, but I just couldn't think of anything else. Even though we definitely got more about Summer's last mission now, but it's still just something's missing when it comes to it. Like the big piece in the puzzle, like it's not connected yet. So if you guys have anything to add on what I say for this one, please let me know, because I honestly don't really know what else to say for this one. I really couldn't think of anything else. But I have on here, we now know that she was by Salem and Raven went with her. So as I just already mentioned earlier, Raven went on the last mission that Summer went on, you know, to go defeat Salem. And so she very much witnessed, you know, what happened. And because she definitely was trying to do the same, like, you know, she was trying to fight Salem too, but it obviously didn't end up going as planned, and Summer literally ended up dying. And so I'm gonna get into this. So Raven survived, but now carries this guilt of not being able to save her best friend. And so I personally believe that back then in their days, Raven was actually besties with Summer, but now since, you know, a whole bunch of drama happened and all that, she of course has this somewhat hatred, I guess. I don't know, it kind of seems like she doesn't like Summer either, because when she was talking to RWBY, she was like, you sound just like your mother.
At least I know we'll have a better chance if we try together. Please.
You sound just like your mother.
It was very, like, with this, like, lots of disgust, the way she said it, like her tone. And so I feel like that implies that, like, she does not like her. And I don't know the reason, probably because of the whole Tai thing. Hey guys, I just wanted to get on here just to say this because I feel like I needed to expand more on this. So I said the Tai thing because there's a lot of, like, theories that go around when it comes to, like, the whole Tai, Summer, and Raven thing, you know, since they of course were both with him before. And the reason why I say the Tai thing is because there's, like, these theories that say, like, oh, Summer's probably, like, you know, jealous of Raven because she was with Tai and she doesn't like her for that reason, and the same thing for, like, Raven, she doesn't like her because of that too, because possibly Summer took Tai away from Raven or whatever. But I'm just like, I feel like it could be that, but I honestly wouldn't say that's like the high possible theory that could be, you know, the actual case with this whole entire situation. But I just wanted to clarify what I meant by that. Or possibly because, I don't know, maybe Summer risking her life to defeat Salem possibly made her upset, because that can be a way, you know, because grieving sucks. And that's possibly why she's furious and angry, and so she, you know, is upset at Summer for taking her own life to trying to defeat Salem and be the hero, you know, that she thought she was, and that ended up taking her life, you know. And so she's like, she was very selfless, and, you know, she probably just abused her and all these things, and, you know, kind of blaming her for dying, because again, because that is her best friend, and someone that means a lot to her as well. And so, yeah, because again, I don't think this team hated each other. I think this team was like a family, okay? Like, they definitely all loved each other, but something happened and it ruined everything. And again, we don't know. So that's why, again, I'm making this video for a reason. And yeah, so she just carries this guilt on her shoulders of, like, you know, not being able to save her and all that. And it just makes her angry, not only herself, but also just with Summer, you know? Because, again, she's grieving, and I feel like she didn't grieve her best friend, you know? Because I feel like, the way I personally view it when it comes to Team Stark, the ones that, of course, are alive, the 3, they did not grieve for her death. It's kind of giving the vibe that they didn't. They're not grieving or anything, even though it sucks, but you gotta grieve, you know, when it comes to people that and so I feel like they didn't get to do that, and that's what is messing with all 3 of them, you know, a lot. But again, let me know what you have to say about that. And lastly, I have on here, because again, this one's not as long as I wish it was, Summer didn't tell Qrow and Ty because she knew they would be concerned and would want to go with them. So, again, one, also because Yang and RWBY were there, and they were babies, literally, they were small. And so, you know, Summer was like, no, like, who's gonna take care of the kids? Like, one of them has to be there. And so Ty ended up saying, I don't know. Okay, because in Volume 9, when they showed the flashback, they showed Ty, but I'm like, okay, where's Qrow? What is this man doing? Because where is he? Like, Summer's here, Raven's here, Ty is here, but where is Qrow? Where is this man? Like, was he teaching? I don't know, but that man was not there. I don't know what he was doing, but hopefully whenever they do this, like, whole, you know, Team Stark thing, flashback in Volume 10, or a book, I don't care what form it is,
I'll take it. Just tell me what happened to this team.
But yeah, like, I don't know what that man was doing during that time. Like, I honestly don't know. I don't really think about that for this video, to be honest. So if you guys have anything you want to add for that, like a little theory of what you thought maybe Qrow was doing during that time, let me know. But honestly, I just right now, I don't really have any theories of what he could have been doing during that time. But going back to this whole thing, though, I feel like Summer didn't tell Qrow and Ty because, like I said, she knows how they are, that they'll be concerned and worried, and they're gonna try stopping her, even though she's like, no, like, because knowing how Summer was, she seemed like someone who was very heroic, and she's like, I have to do this, like, I gotta do it for everyone, you know, like those type of, you know, protagonists.
She's like, I'm gonna be the one that saves everyone, and she thought she could, and obviously didn't end up going anyway. Because she's like, who else is gonna do it? No one else is doing it, so I'm gonna be the one to take the fall. And yeah, we all saw how that ended.
And then my last theory I have on here is Team Stark reunion, okay? Because I think this could happen, alright?
Let me be delusional.
I think this could happen. So, given that we saw in the Volume 9 epilogue, Raven teleported to Vacuo, okay? I don't know if you guys remember. I'll put the epilogue if I could find it anywhere on here. And there is a high possibility of a reunion of Team Stark, okay? Because she was there, Qrow was there, Ty, I don't know why he wasn't there, and it kind of concerned me, even though, like, as much as I don't like him at this moment, because it could change. Maybe once I see more of his character and he actually ends up being, that's why I feel bad saying all this, because I'm like, what if he's not even like that? What if he's not even like that and I'm just making this man sound the worst? Again, we don't know. So if he does end up being like an alright guy, and I look back on this video, I'm like, damn, and I said so much crap about him, I'm just gonna be laughing. And I'll make another video and I'll be like, yeah, I was a hater, I'm gonna own up to it. But we'll see. But yeah, so going back to this though, I don't know what that man was doing during that time, but they did say that Vale was gone, and that man lives in Vale, so I'm like, where the hell did he go? He didn't, right? That man did, right? Because I'm like, if Vale is gone, what the hell happened to him?
What's happened?
When Salem left Atlas, she came to Vale. And now there's nothing left.
Where's Glinda?
Gone, trying to find help. We led the civilian retreat, brought as many people with us as we could, and this is the only place we could think to go.
And Glinda too! Glinda's my girl! We love her! We love Glinda! Okay? She's an icon. If anything happened to her too... Anyway, but... that will be crazy if this man is dead. Because they did not show him. Hopefully it was just a budget reason and they couldn't put more characters into the epilogue because of budget purpose, like budget reasons and all that. And so hopefully that's the reason why he wasn't in it. Let's hope. Imagine he's dead, that would be crazy. But yeah, so let's hope this guy isn't. Anyway, so like I just said, not sure where Ty is, but I'm pretty sure they didn't show him because they were limited on the budget they had, because I already said, because I don't think they would just him. Like, this man needs to be here too, because if Raven's here, Qrow is here, this man needs to come too, because everyone came. They heard the call, and a whole bunch of people were coming to Vacuo to help. So I'm like, it just makes sense for them to come. Like, you need to come too, Ty. You're literally a huntsman as well. Like, come on.
Don't be a bum.
Okay, and lastly, I feel that they will come together and work as a team again to help defeat Salem and eventually go together to visit Summer's grave. Okay, because let me tell you, I'm done with this, by the way. This group is done. Because let me tell you, this team, they do care about each other. Qrow, very much, especially him, this man talks about his team most definitely a lot. Because in Volume 3, the way he was talking about them, he was like, oh, we were that team. Like, he was really happy about talking about his team, you know?
Remember, you're talking to a member of the coolest team to ever graduate Beacon. Team Stark. That's when I met your parents. We were pretty well known back in the day.
Well known for crummy fashion sense.
Hey, we looked good.
And I feel like, given that, I feel like there is a possibility in the future of RWBY that they will come together as a team to help, you know, Team RWBY and all these other teams, all these other kids, and help defeat Salem. Because, again, they are huntsmen too, and huntresses. They can very much defeat and help defeat Salem too.
Like, don't let those kids only do this. Like, that's crazy. Like, y'all are the adults. Come on.
You know? And so that's why it would be great to see them work as a team again for this reason, and that they actually realize how much they care about each other. You know, like, that's what I'm hoping, like, that's what happens in Volume 10. Like, please, please, like, please come together, and I hope they can, like, you never can, all the things that they've lost over the years, and obviously, like, put things behind them. Of course, so I'm not asking, like, because again, like I was saying, I'm not asking Raven if Ty really was terrible in their relationship. I'm not asking Raven to, of course, be his friend, or even, this is definitely not, but like, even being in a relationship with him again. I'm just hoping that they can at least compromise and just be acquaintances, okay? At least acquaintances, and still help each other and somewhat care about each other, you know? And Qrow, like, I just hope they all can be happy and just go visit Summer and, you know, finally grieve her death together and be a team that they once were. Okay? That's all I have to say. That is it for this video. So, again, let me know your guys' thoughts on this whole entire thing. Like, if you want to add anything to the theories I said, or even add your own theories that I did not mention in this, let me know. Like, again, this is all just very open. Like, this is all just assumptions. This is just theories. This is not canon. Like, some of the things I did say to back up my, you know, my claims are canon, but for the most part, a lot of these things are assumptions and theories, okay? So you can say whatever you want, again, but be respectful in the comments to other people, and of course me too, for whatever I was saying, because if not, your comment will get deleted and you won't be allowed on my channel. So yeah, so be respectful to me, be respectful to everyone in the comments. And yeah, so with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like my comeback video again. Like, I keep disappearing, I'm so sorry. I will try my best to be consistent again. So hopefully I can get back into the groove of things and script some videos again like I was doing the past couple months. Hopefully I can do it again. And yeah, so I will see you guys hopefully soon. Also, of course, by the way, comes to college, by the way, I will be here for my next upcoming semester, like at home doing it, so it'll probably be better for me in terms of making content. So we'll see how much, you know, I can do. We'll see. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment for more, and I hope I will see you guys soon. Bye.